strong. It's going to be a rebound there by Brown. Brown gets it in. Bucket there by Alter.
Crossover for Jackson. Salas steals the rebound and finds a cutting Mitchell at the rim.
Great move.
It's almost even in the foul territory, and the Cueva looking to take advantage. Said Yates draws the foul, and one opportunity is said, gives the muscles down.
And it's 11-4, 38. Another turnover by Rio Grande. Montoya off the glass, up and in, back-to-back layups for the Demons.
Oh, was stolen away again by Valdez. Valdez going to bring it out.
Valdez has to have around 3 or 4 steals. 3 by Mays.
Bingo! That one rattles in for Alyssa Mays, and the All-District Player of the Year has 12.
Penetrates, no foul call. Rodriguez lines one up and knocks down the 3. First basket of the night.
Back it out.
Look at this deep 3.
Wow! That was from NBA range.
What a steal. Stevison 2-on-1, gets up, gets it in.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Too strong. It's going to be a rebound there by Brown. Brown gets it in. Bucket there by Alter.
Crossover for Jackson. Salas steals the rebound and finds a cutting Mitchell at the rim.
Great move.
It's almost even in the foul territory, and the Cueva looking to take advantage. Said Yates draws the foul, and one opportunity is said, gives the muscles down.
And it's 11-4, 38. Another turnover by Rio Grande. Montoya off the glass, up and in, back-to-back layups for the Demons.
Oh, was stolen away again by Valdez. Valdez going to bring it out.
Valdez has to have around 3 or 4 steals. 3 by Mays.
Bingo! That one rattles in for Alyssa Mays, and the All-District Player of the Year has 12.
Penetrates, no foul call. Rodriguez lines one up and knocks down the 3. First basket of the night.
Back it out.
Look at this deep 3.
Wow! That was from NBA.
Postseason, the second season, the next season, the real season, and why you play 82 games to eliminate 5 out of 15 teams in each conference to get to the real season to play in the play-in. That goes tonight. You fired up? You ready? Your team? All you Laker fans, you got to be ready to go. Good morning to you. What's up on a Tuesday? April, what are we at? Like 11 now? 4:11? It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, and A. Marie. Buenos dias.
Great morning.
Beautiful outside, huh?
Oh, yes. Love it.
How you living?
What it do?
Big day for you?
Always.
Enjoy it. All right, are we done?
Good day. See you later.
Let's go play 9.
I mean, really? They're telling me 81 degrees today. Like, really? I got work to do today. You know, all this travel makes the time back in the office way more intense. Well, that's a whole other story. Are you ready for playoff hoops tonight? Or is it play-in?
Yes.
It's play-in hoops tonight, right?
Play-in,
hoops
yeah.
tonight.
Lakers will be at home against the Minnesota Wolves. Are they still Timber?
Yes.
Okay, the Minnesota Timberwolves. And the first game will be the Heat and the Hawks in Miami. And there's a lot of talk around Miami now and around Atlanta and around Trae Young. And we'll get there. But let's hit the big story in the Wolves-Lakers game. I think you and I both somewhat were under the I thought they had to suspend him, but maybe they'll just fine him because they've got a play-in game and they need Rudy Gobert for taking a swipe at a teammate, threw a punch at Kyle Anderson in the huddle in their final game of the season. But the Wolves basically said, look, we're probably going to lose to them anyway. We're going to suspend him because we have to suspend him. So I'm going to guess you were a little surprised when it came down yesterday that Rudy Gobert was suspended.
I was very surprised. I don't think the Wolves feel that way at all, that they're going to lose to them anyway. You got a player like Anthony Edwards,
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns back in the lineup. This is going to be a very competitive game.
It should be if he was there.
I think we're leaning towards the Lakers, but this is a game that I am very surprised that they decided to suspend Rudy Gobert for this contest. I thought there were kind of ways out of it for him in the whole set a fine, move on type of thing. But they're sending a message to this roster and don't see it a whole lot, especially on the biggest stage in terms of accountability. But Rudy Gobert put himself in a bad situation, and it was just such a bad weekend for the Timberwolves, losing Rudy Gobert, losing Jaden McDaniels, a good rotation player, because he decided he wanted to punch a wall
Good
and
move.
break his hand. And now they go into this game against the Lakers, an opportunity to win two. 2 chances, excuse
They have
me.
2 chances to
Two
win
chances
one. Yeah.
to win one. And it did surprise me that Minnesota went this route, but that's the difference. It's the 1 game suspension for Rudy Gobert, so he could play if they lose to the Lakers.
Well, if you'd have knocked him out, maybe he gets more. Were you
Probably
surprised they suspended him?
I wasn't surprised. Yes. You know what? I'm going to say yes because it's play-in time. And I guess it's the right time to teach a lesson.
Well, it could cost you a lot.
Yes.
It could cost you.
That's where I'm surprised. I'm like, okay, it's playoff time.
I just don't know that they had a choice, you guys. I understand all of that. And I understand that he didn't connect. And so they could have hid behind, we fined him and we handled it in-house. And it was a glancing blow. And he was provoked because Kyle Anderson called him a bitch multiple times. Right? And so evidently they're unhappy that he used that word and kept calling the organization is unhappy with Anderson's part that as a verbal squabble escalated into this, right? And called him that a few times and whatever. I don't know that they had a choice.
Yeah, and also, come on, dude, be a team player. Like, what are we doing? Throwing a punch?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think kind of one of the first unwritten rules of being a team is you don't take a swipe
At your own team.
at a teammate in a huddle during a game on TV. I mean, comma, right? I don't know that they had a choice. If they didn't suspend him, what's the message? Because I'm with you. I understand it's a playing game. I understand what's on the line. I understand that here we are. That puts him in a horrible position. But here's a guy, would they trade like 4 first-round picks for him and players? And I mean, they unloaded to get Rudy Gobert, right?
They did.
And they gave up first-round picks. This was the guy that they were building around like was going to change what they do. And You're in the front office. You wouldn't have suspended him because I don't know that they had a choice.
Yeah, I think that's also one that you go to the head coach and you say, all right, you were in that huddle.
Yeah, he called
you were in that moment.
Yeah.
Not even, who cares?
Right. Well, that's my point.
Verbal things back and forth. There's a difference. Like you tell your teammate, bleep you, bleep that, stop it, versus swing. So what I'm saying is, I go to the coach and say, what is your pulse on this? Was this a moment that these guys can get past, or do we need Rudy to be away for a game to send that message?
See, and the answer could be both. Right? Yeah, they can get past it. But I don't know how you can say, because I think the message the other way is, man, you can take a swipe at someone and we're not going to suspend
you can't let them get away with it.
Because next dude who's not Rudy Gobert takes a swipe at someone, then what happens? I just don't know that you had a choice. I don't know where you all sit and where you all work, and
I guess I'm more surprised.
Yeah, and I guess I'm not. I mean, I'm mildly surprised.
I'm happy. Actions have consequences.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're a star player. Get it together.
So you thought this would be a win at all costs thing?
Oh, yeah.
And because it's the play,
it's the
and because we're playing the Lakers, and we have a chance to be the number 7 seed, and all that.
That's not what I believe in, but I'm saying I just assume that's what would happen.
Yeah, no, I know. We had the conversation yesterday, and I wouldn't have been surprised if that's what happened. And that's why, this just only mildly surprises me. Like I said, I don't know that they had a choice. How do you run an organization? I'm trying to think of another situation. We had something relatively recently where somebody did something and there were consequences, right? You had to suspend the player because what do you do? I mean, I don't care if it's what. I mean, I'll take a college team, but what if guys get caught going out after curfew, right? They do bed check and guys go out and you got to suspend them, right? Doesn't matter what the game is, don't you?
Broke the rules. Yeah.
Otherwise, if you don't, how do you have any semblance of rules of what's the word I'm looking for? Discipline. How do you have any semblance? If you let a guy take a swipe at another dude in a huddle, and okay, we're good, we moved on, we talked it through. I just don't know how you can have discipline. Why do I have rules? All right. And I don't even know if there's rules written anywhere. Don't take a swipe at one of your teammates, even if he calls you a bitch. Right? I mean, I'm going to guess that's probably not in a written rule somewhere. Do you think that is? Yeah, I mean, that's just understood, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know they had a choice, you guys. This doesn't surprise me. So what does that do for the game tonight? I don't know. How did that swing the spread? I'll check on that. Because I saw a number where offensively, Timberwolves are better without Rudy Gobert. They didn't fall off the cliff in games without Rudy Gobert. Defensively, they're not. And I think, with Anthony, and JJ, you're not wrong. I mean, there's still guys on this team. But you just took 2 key cogs away from them. They're 8-point dogs now going into L.A.
I think the biggest thing is that they get 2 chances at it. And so you can send that message that this is not acceptable. Got to have a level of accountability, even in a professional setting, on a team, because they lost their minds the worst possible time of the season because they still have a big opportunity in front of them. And here we go.
Their head coach used the word mature after the game. He says, we do immature stuff. And Rudy Gobert is not a kid, right? Rudy Gobert is, I want to say, close to a 30-year-old man. Rudy Gobert was the guy right at the center of, he's 30 years old. He's going to be 31 years old in June, right? I mean, he's a grown-ass man. It's the guy who touched everybody's microphones and phones and was the first athlete who got COVID, remember? He's the guy who shut down the world, you recall?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Rudy Gobert is the guy who, him and Tom Hanks shut down the world, right? They got COVID on the same day. Doesn't matter that everybody else was getting COVID. When people you knew about got COVID, we had to shut down the world. Remember when he was touching everybody's microphones?
Yes.
Yeah, that's your dude.
I totally forgot about that.
That's the dude they traded 4 first-round picks and a bunch of dudes for. And now he's not going to play tonight. I don't know they had a choice. I really don't. In fact, I'm going to sit here and tell you they made the right move even if they lose tonight. And I think they're going to lose tomorrow or in the second game too. I think they're going to get knocked out because of maturity. I just Oklahoma City or New Orleans I think going to come up and bite them. after what I sat around and watched, and I'm not rooting for it. Any word? I know you got a lot of people in Minnesota. How are their fans handling this? Are they good with this? Do they have fans?
It's yeah, they do. It's an ongoing joke that just like Minnesota, Minnesota teams just can't have nice things.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's always something.
Well, it sure as hell is something. All right. Meanwhile, there's a team in a play-in today. They got a star. I don't think he's a superstar. And reports are that they've got the green light to trade this star. This star has been compared to Steph Curry. He's not Steph Curry, but he might be on the trade block. We'll talk about that next. 505-246-0610 if you want to be part of the show today. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Wrestling fans, feel the podcast heat.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your coverage from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say, people mean more.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my fan.
So play-ins today, Lakers and Minnesota will be the late game. The first game will be Atlanta at Miami as the NBA playoffs get underway. Good morning to you. Jeff Simieta, J.J. Buck, and A. Marie. The number to get in today is 505-246-0610. If you want to get in, you can. We'd love to hear from you on the 377 Brewery Hotline. That is also the text line, 505-246-0610. So the early game, and there's going to be, as long as Atlanta plays now, with this report coming out about 10 hours ago, there's going to be intrigue in regards to he's their star player, right? Trae Young?
Yes, he is.
And there's been comparisons, and I was listening to him coming in this morning on various networks, and, you know, is he Steph Curry? Is he as good as he's not? He's just not. He's got shooting range similar to Steph Curry. Do we agree with this? He's not Steph Curry?
Not anywhere close to Steph.
I couldn't believe the comparisons I was hearing on a regular basis. Okay, good. We're there. So the Ringer's Kevin O'Connor put out a story that said the Hawks front office has the green light from ownership to do whatever it wants with the roster, including trading Trae Young. I don't know. When I heard that initially, it didn't make me think, oh, my goodness, this is a seismic shift. It's certainly a seismic shift in regards to what the Atlanta Hawks are doing. But I don't know. The Atlanta Hawks have been the Atlanta Hawks, for crying out loud.
That's why for them, Trae Young was supposed to be the cornerstone of their franchise.
And didn't they get to they just short of the conference championship like two years
Second
ago?
round. They beat the Knicks in the first
They
round.
beat the Knicks and the right, and he was in Madison Square Garden. We all loved him because he was talking back to the crowd, and not only talking, but he was backing it up, and he was kind of there was he's moving into that superstar status. Look at him, and it was all because he was doing it in New York, right?
Yes,
because everybody loved the Knicks. Oh my goodness, the Knicks are finally in basketball's back. Because what were we going to do without basketball? Is this like I don't know, where does this rate to you? Because I'm like, okay, this is a good player on the market, and certainly there's going to be a lot of interest and intrigue. But then we're going to read more into this report, and there's a lot more.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of interest. That's the problem because Trae Young hasn't developed his game since then. There's too much standing around, not doing anything off the ball. They paired him with a great backcourt mate, DeJounte Murray, a guy that's long, athletic, that's going to help defensively. I can set up opportunities for others. And you're reading that story in Kevin O'Connor, because I came across yesterday and really thought it was fascinating, because when we were talking about who's under pressure in the playoffs, it's Trae Young, because he got a coach fired.
Yeah.
They let go of Nate McMillan early in the season.
Who's a good coach.
They brought in Quinn Snyder, who they gave a lot of personnel power to set the tone for this roster. And now the decision is up to Trae Young. What kind of player are you going to be? You're not a superstar level player. You can have really good scoring games. You're not going to be the number one option on a championship team, but are you going to develop your game enough to where a very good team would want you on the roster where he can be a scorer and play off the ball? Because he's a guy that once the ball is out of his hands, he gets lost.
Yeah, he does nothing. You know, I look, where does he fit? And so much of it goes to the Lakers, right? What have they been missing? What's the one thing they've really been missing? Aside from an Anthony Davis who can play all the time, is a shooter, right? And that's the one thing he does. Now, I think that the price is going to be really high. They're going to want a high price for him, and I don't think this is where it comes down to who's going to pay that price. And is it worth him just getting out of there? Look, your point is right. He got a coach fired. He got into it with Nate McMillan, and the reports are that the players sided with the coach. His team sided with their former coach. But management decided to make a change. They brought in Quinn Snyder. And now maybe he still wants to request a trade. And that's fine. But look, this is not anything uncommon with star players, is it? Right? If it doesn't go as planned, they want it's always somebody else's fault. They provide me with the necessary players, bring in players. Like to your point, they brought him players. They should be better than 7th in the East, shouldn't they? If he's that guy.
Well, I don't think he's that guy. I think there's different limitations. Like, Trae Young's smaller than Steph Curry.
Yes.
Trae Young does not shoot anywhere near as efficient from three as Steph Curry. He's a volume guy that can make long shots. His effective field goal percentage, 3-point percentage isn't anywhere close to Steph Curry.
I had forgotten this. Do you remember how they acquired him?
Yep.
They traded Luka Doncic for him on draft day.
Oh my gosh.
Remember that?
Forgot.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, how you feeling about that? How you feeling about that? This will be interesting to watch. This will be really interesting to watch. It's
so much drama this play-in tournament.
No, there is. There is.
I'm here for it.
Miami's better than them, right?
Playoff Miami, Jimmy Butler gets them tonight.
Right, playoff Miami's better than them. And playoff Miami's always seems to be -5. A little different. Is it Miami -5?
Yes.
Yeah, Miami at home -5. And then who's the back end of this play-in tournament? Who's the last two?
Chicago Bulls, Raptors, Oklahoma State Thunder, New Orleans Pelicans.
I'll tell you what, I can see the Raptors coming out and getting the 8th spot, can't you?
Sheesh.
Yeah, talk about disappointment.
Right.
Yeah.
When you look at that team, you got Pascal Siakam,
yep.
Fred VanVleet, good role players, OG Anunoby, Scotty Barnes.
I could see the Hawks losing too.
DeMar DeRozan revenge game.
Well, all right.
Raptors.
I can see the Hawks getting bounced here, but it's I don't know. We'll see how teams come together. It's really interesting this time of year. Who wants to be there? We talk about bowl games. We talk about postseason. Who wants to be there? And you're going to tell me everybody wants to be there, and it's the 8th seed, and it's the 7th seed, and it's the playoffs, and like the Lakers can win out of the 7th spot or the 8th spot, and you might be right there. But after that, out of the 8 teams that are going to be playing for these 4 slots, I mean, it's the Lakers. Do you see anybody else that you say, yeah, can make a real move? Miami, maybe?
Wow.
Miami
would get the Celtics, right?
Yeah. Miami is a thorn in the side. Like, that's a good basketball team. They're 44-38, so they're not one of these below 500 teams in the season. Jimmy Butler in the postseason does
different dude,
amazing things. So they would be the other team if you're looking at, all right, who could throw a wrench in this whole thing, it'd be Miami.
And we'll give you this. Out of the 20 teams, that's 20 in the NBA playoffs / play-ins, only 2 have losing records, and that's Chicago at 40-42 and Oklahoma City at 40-42. I mean, I don't know why I think that's such a victory that only 2. But when you're telling me 2/3 of the league is in the playoffs, right? You're figuring that there's going to be a number of teams with losing records, right? Typically, you say, all right, half of them are going to have a losing record. 2/3 of them are in the playoffs. So 2 teams short of 2/3, right? What am I looking at? I'm looking at 18 out of 30. 18 out of 30. I mean, I don't know. At least I'm not watching Indiana play in the play-ins. I'm not watching Portland or Utah for crying out loud. That's where we are. All right, 505-246-0667.
It's gonna be full of drama and good.
It should be. It should be. And certainly everybody's gonna be watching what the Lakers and Minnesota do tonight. I think that's big watch TV. What time does that game go? Is that here? I'll tell you.
5:30.
The
Our time Mountain.
Lakers.
Oh
go?
no, I'm sorry, 8.
Yeah, Lakers go at
10 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, 8
so
o'clock.
8.
So it's a late game over on TNT, and then the first game's 5:30. All right, 505-246-0610. When we come back, when are you going to start taking notice? I'm telling you, I think right about now is a good time to start taking notice because something really, really insane is going on in Big League Baseball. That's coming up next.
Have you been to a stand-up comedy show here in Albuquerque? Have you been to a local one? Stand-up comedy is growing here in Albuquerque, and I have the place for you to go see it. It's at 377 Brewery. I am so excited to showcase local up-and-coming talent here in Albuquerque at 377 Brewery. And you're like, wait, it's at a brewery. It's on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson, and I'm telling you, they have a beautiful event space that they do live music and now stand-up comedy every second Friday at 377 Brewery. This Friday, April 14th, starting at 7 p.m., we have an amazing show for you featuring up-and-coming comic stars Robert Buck T. Gibson and Elijah Williams starting at 7 p.m. It's only $10. You can have dinner and drinks during the show. There's full service. It's amazing. Again, 377 Brewery on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson. Come out for some stand-up comedy. Support local. It's only $10. So check them out, 377brewery.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at U.S. Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with U.S. Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your coverage from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say, people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force...
It's time to take notice. It really is. Maybe you don't watch baseball until, I don't know, September. Maybe your regional baseball, you watch your team. Maybe you don't watch baseball at all, but it's still time to take notice. It's the opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. 505-246-0610. So we're 11 games into the Major League Baseball season. Unless you're the Spokane, I don't know what they call them. They used to be called the Indians, but I don't know if they call them anymore that. Do you know, the Double-A team for Colorado Rockies hasn't played a game yet because of weather. They keep getting rained out up there. But you're 11 games in the big leagues. The Tampa Bay Rays beat the Red Sox yesterday 1-0. Okay, Jeff. Brandon Lowe hit a home run in the 10th for the victory. The Rays are now 10-0, the seventh team to ever start 10-0. It is time to notice the Tampa Bay Rays, not just because they're 10-0, but because what they're doing, and it's relatively mind-boggling. Their run differential, I told you yesterday, was plus 57. It's now plus 58. That means they have scored in 11 games 58 more runs than their opposition. JJ, yesterday we were saying, what was it, 10 teams in all of baseball, all of last year, in 162 game schedules had a bigger run differential than plus 58. They'd done it. It was plus 57. They had done it in 9 games. I mean, that's bonkers. I don't know if you've watched them. Let me give you some numbers. 76 runs in 9 games. They've allowed 18. Their OPS is 967. Their earned run average for their pitching staff is at 1.89. At some point, it's not just about the competition. Now, they played the softest schedule in the big leagues. They played who's in front of them. The Red Sox are supposed to be better. They've got the Mets and the Yankees and the Braves, and they've got a bunch of teams coming up that are going to be legit. I'm impressed. I don't know what they're going to finish. I don't know that they're going to win 116 games or something like that. All I know is they count now, and all of the bookmakers, and this is where I know that it gets to be real, the people in Vegas have started to either shift or make it really close, the Rays over the Yankees for favorites in the American League East.
Yeah, the two best teams in the division. I'm really interested to see the win total numbers and what Tampa Bay could push.
What would intrigue you? What would make you think?
And when you get into the hundreds, that's always impressive.
Yeah.
In Major League Baseball. And a start like this could put you on a path to do some crazy things late in the season when it comes to the regular season numbers.
I don't know where I think this is going to go. I'm not ready to hand them the World Series title yet. I am ready to put them in the playoffs. No, I mean, I am.
Well, yeah, they're always a playoff team.
Yeah, I'm ready to put them in the playoffs. They've trailed in just 2 of their 10 games. They trailed the Nationals for 5 innings in their 5th game. They scored 5 in the 9th. All on home runs. And they trailed the A's 1-0 in the top of the 2nd. That's it. The Rays run differential at plus 58. Okay, you know how I love stuff that goes back into the black and white days, right? I love those kind of stories. The Rays run differential, I don't know who does these stats because I promise you they weren't keeping run differential stats back then. It's the best through the first 10 games of a season since the 1884 St. Louis Maroons.
That name's got to come back.
It doesn't it? St. Louis Maroons? Yeah.
How's that not a minor league franchise somewhere?
They were in the Professional Union Association. So it was the 1884 St. Louis Maroons and also the same year the 1884 New York Gothams of the National League. All right. I mean,
it's got to be an alternate jersey, something.
So the St. Louis Maroons? Yeah. Yeah.
Gotham's an easy one. A little Batman theme.
But in 1884? When did Batman come out?
I'm talking about.
But yeah, so that's got to be where Gotham City came from, right? 1884 Gotham's. Batman wasn't around 1884, right?
No.
All right, so I'm looking at some stats. It says, so I mean, those are kind of silly numbers. So it says, let's compare that run to last year's top winning streaks. All right, so Mariners won 14. They won 14 in a row last year? In that 14-game winning streak, they had a plus 36. Dodgers won 12 in a row, plus 61, and the Braves had plus 60. I mean, what they're doing is stupid. How much do you put into run differential? Because I think it tells a good story.
It's usually a pretty good indicator of how good a baseball team is.
Overall, right? Over a long run, not over a 3-game series. It's when you start looking at what are they about long run. Yeah, I look, I get it who they're playing, and I understand who they've been playing. But I think it's time to take notice. I think you've got to take notice. Lenny says Tampa knows how to produce players, teach them, and show small market teams can win. They're the model, aren't they?
Such a good farm system.
They're the model.
Wander Franco's stepped up, saw him last year. Now he's focal point in that lineup. The way they can pitch the baseball, manage the staff the entire season. They're just, they are on it.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to get tougher for them.
They're like if Moneyball was winning, that's Tampa Bay.
Seriously. No, seriously. It's going to get tougher. They're going to get a stretch here where they got to play some teams. And they get the Yankees and the Blue Jays and the Mets and the Astros and the Red Sox and the Brewers. It's all coming up. It's not all going to be Tigers and Athletics and whatever else they started with. Nationals. But I think it's time that y'all take notice because what's going on there is something else. I mean, that's the story in baseball, right?
Yes, it is.
The number one story. Although I'll give you a pretty good story. The Rockies beat the Cardinals last night. You know the Rockies. So the Rockies can't win at Busch Stadium. The Rockies have a pretty good record. I was watching your guy Drew Goodman last night, who I think is really good. On what's their network? Is it Bally? What do we call it these days? It used to be
who knows?
Sportsnet. It used to be Root. It used to be Bally. I don't even know what it is.
There's a lot of people are lucky there's even baseball on TV with the disaster that the networks went through. And there's, I think it's Bally. One of them went into bankruptcy, missed payments. Like the fact that some of these games are on TV, it's
these
amazing
regional
right
networks.
Now.
Yeah. I don't even know. All I know is it's 683. I was watching it, and I think your guy's really good. And but yeah, that's a big win for them too. Big win for the Rockies, and they play well against the
5 and 6, fourth place.
Fourth place. Right. They play well against the Cardinals at home, but boy, do they not play well on the road. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. If you want to get in, you may. Love to have a conversation with you this morning. Lenny, good morning to you.
Morning. How you doing?
Good.
So can we talk a little NBA?
Go ahead.
Okay, so NBA, it's going to come down to Jokic has to step up and show he can get Denver across the finish line.
Okay.
Embiid has to do the same thing, and also Boston. So if none of those three teams win, then even though Jokic has won 2 MVPs, he shows he can't win in the playoffs.
This is a big year for him.
If Boston doesn't win, then I can't see Brown coming back, and I don't think he's coming back anyway because him and Tatum basically almost play the same position, and they don't mesh well.
I don't know if I think they don't mesh well. I just don't know that they're going to pay them both.
Right, but I still don't think they mesh well. I think he's proven this year he can be a leader for the team, but he's not going to be the leader for the team as long as he's playing with Tatum.
Okay.
Right. I mean, to a lesser degree, it was just like Brunson leaving because of his father, but also he couldn't play with Doncic because Doncic wants to be the ball hog.
What if they win the whole thing? What if the Celtics win the whole thing? They keep it together, don't they? They figure out a way to pay.
Then
him.
I think they should. Then I think they need to keep it together because he's 26 and Tatum is 25.
All right. What
so you got to keep them together.
All right.
So the MVP is going to be Embiid.
Yep.
Deserves to win it.
Done.
And earlier I said to you it was going to be Denver against Boston a few months ago, but I've had to change that. If it's a healthy Milwaukee, the way Giannis is playing, I'm going to go with Milwaukee. And out of the West, it's going to be Phoenix because they're undefeated with Durant. If they all stay healthy, and it's a big if, don't be surprised for a Phoenix, possible Lakers final.
Yeah, that could be. All right, Lenny, appreciate you. Thank you. It also the play starts tonight, and you'll watch it. Everybody's on Phoenix, right? I mean, that feels like everybody's safe bet. You got Durant, Booker, Paul. I don't know if they got enough defense. The Lakers, that's, are they going to make a run out of the 7 slot? And that could be, that would be the second round matchup, right?
The only thing I'd push back on, is
no, it wouldn't. It would be the final. The Lakers would be they'd get the 3. They'd get the Sacramento Golden State winner if they win tonight. If they win tonight, it would be the Lakers in Memphis, and then the Memphis Lakers winner against the Golden State Sacramento winner. Sorry,
is the Joker narrative that he can't do it.
Well, he's got Jamal Murray. They got Aaron Gordon. They've got
now is the time.
Yeah.
But when they had the healthy complement of players, they went to the Western Conference Finals. They had the comeback series, if you go 2 years ago. Jamal Murray tore his ACL in the playoffs. And last year, 3 of their 5 starters against the Golden State Warriors in the first round was Jeff Green, Monte Morris, and Will Barton.
So that probably isn't fair then, right? But this is a big year. Like, he's got to get to the Western Conference Finals, doesn't he?
Like, Joker's playoff numbers are insane. And I will agree that this is a Western Conference Finals or bust, because they should be playing for the NBA Finals. They're the number 1 seed in the Western
Conference. And they theoretically would run into Phoenix in the second round. Phoenix or the Clippers. If they get through whoever the number 8 is coming out, then they would match up against the winner of that Phoenix Clippers series in the second round. And then it gets real in a hurry. Really real in quite a hurry. All right, 505-246-0610. When we return, they want this team's number 1 pick in the upcoming NFL draft. Is this team who picks very, very high willing to deal it? And what will it cost? And should they? We'll talk NFL coming back. What are you going to do with your tax return? You got a tax return coming, right? I hope you do. It's springtime. It's tax time. It's that refund, right? I hope you got something coming back, and hopefully you can do quite a bit with it. May I suggest you use part of your tax refund to protect one of your largest investments? Take part of it. Give a call to On the Spot Automotive Detailing and have them come out, meet you at your convenience, wherever it's convenient, whatever it's convenient, and detail your vehicle. And that means inside and outside and under the hood and around the rims and under the seats and everywhere. Like when they're done. Remember that brand new feeling? Remember when you took it off the lot the first time and it was fun to drive and it smelled nice? Now you look around, there's French fries and junk and dust and everything. Have it taken care of. You're going to have this vehicle for a while. It's a big investment. Ask them about a fresh coat of wax, ceramic coating. One of those 2 things. Ask them about it. It'll protect your car from the intense New Mexico sun. They offer a lifetime warranty, and it starts at just $250 on the ceramic coating. Our military receives a 10% discount as well. Call and schedule at 505-859-2859, 505-859-2859, or you can go online at otsdetailing.com.
This report is sponsored.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Check it out.
What is it?
It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're #1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all.
Load the KNML app in the Google Play or iTunes App Store. Just search KNML.
What's the number 3 pick in the NFL draft worth? Quarterback-hungry teams reaching for quarterbacks who probably aren't worthy of being a top 3 pick, but maybe anyway because of that position. What is the number 3 pick in the draft worth? Good morning to you. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, and A. Marie. JJ, Cardinals have the number 3 overall pick. They have a quarterback. They have Kyler Murray. He's their franchise quarterback. Multiple reports this morning that at least 6 teams are exploring a trade with the Cardinals. Cardinals have 8 spots, or eight picks in the draft. What's that pick worth? If you're the Cardinals, You can get an edge rusher. You could get a playmaker. You can find, there's a Will Anderson Jr. from Texas Tech. There's Tyree Wilson. You want to take the chance on Jalen Carter? Somebody's going to. Or do you load up a little bit later? What's it worth?
It's a great position if you get someone desperate, you get a couple teams bidding against each other, especially if there's a quarterback involved, because it might not be worth it, but their value is inflated. It's pushed up, especially after those top two quarterbacks in the draft this season. You're moving down, you're getting at least another first-round pick.
Depends how far you move
this
down,
year
right?
or next year. The further you go back, the more you might be able to get, actually, because, all right, if I drop back this far, then you're going to give us X, Y, and Z. And it's the right thing to do, because this is not a bounce back. This is a rebuilding year for the Arizona Cardinals, because your starting quarterback is going to be coming off an ACL injury. You need to find a way to move off DeAndre Hopkins. He should be the icing on the cake for a team. I know everyone looks at his base salary, what he's owed, convert all that stuff into a signing bonus, fit him under your cap. And J.J. Watt retired, looking at some of the veterans on that team. It is all about rebuilding, so trading back and getting draft assets is the right thing to do, because you're not in the quarterback conversation at number 3 for Arizona.
So I'm looking at 4, 5, and 7, right? Indianapolis at 4, Seattle at 5, Raiders at 7. I think if I go back to 5, I know I'm getting one of those defensive linemen, right? Because if the Seahawks trade up, they're probably going to they're trading up to take a quarterback. Indianapolis might at 4, so quarterbacks could go 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Then I still have my pick of the litter, and I load it up. If I go back to 7 with the Raiders, I'm probably maybe getting one of those guys I want. It just depends on how I've got them all rated. Like, how far back do I want to go before I get somebody who comes in and makes a real difference, as opposed to just loading up on quantity, as opposed to where I'm sitting right now, I can get an absolute stud, right? So I look at 5. Like, I'm listening to Seattle. And your team-in-law, Marie, Indianapolis has got to be listening to this as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if Seattle jumps them into the 3 spot, Indianapolis sitting at 4, Seattle probably takes Anthony Richardson, whichever, if that's the quarterback that Indianapolis is looking at, and you get Will Levis. And I just don't think these quarterbacks are good enough to go 1, 2, 3, 4, but I think they may go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And then I'm sitting at 5, and I still have pick of the litter, and I got a bunch more assets. So I'm kind of looking at 5.
I don't think Seattle's making that move at all.
You don't think so?
They have multiple
that
first-round
would be
picks.
bad right now.
Because they
them
have
to
Geno?
to go after a project quarterback right now.
I
even
agree
though
with
that's
you.
a situation that it would work, right? You say you draft an Anthony Richardson, you're in love with his traits, you sit him for a year behind Geno Smith, see if he pushes him, see if he pops. I just don't think that's putting your franchise in the right position to take a chance.
I think I agree with you, but I'm not sure they do.
Because the way they structured that contract,
Geno's
and Geno Smith's contract,
3-year deal basically, right? But there's off ramps.
a lot of money early,
Yeah.
get out of it in the back end.
Yeah.
They have
If
a
you're
lot of picks,
looking
too.
for a team, though, to take that chance,
Raiders.
I get why it would be Seattle.
Yeah, no, I could see them doing it because they have all those picks, and because, to your point, they can get out of that deal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can absolutely see them. That's the one I'm listening to. You want to load me up and I move back 2 spots and I still get a stud? I'm listening to that one. Talk more about the draft, and where would you go, and what's it worth? Oh, and their former coach is back in football with a pretty high-profile job. Is the Cardinals. Tell you where Cliff Kingsbury landed. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color.
3 overall pick in the draft worth. Cardinals have it. Other people want it. I said Seattle, Indianapolis, the Raiders. This might be the real one, and it might be Tennessee at 11 overall. Now, do the Cardinals want to go back that far? Mike Vrabel's been active in evaluating and meeting with quarterbacks. He's their coach. You got to believe the Titans at some level want to move up. How far do they want to move up? This is the one where there's a whole lot of noise of Tennessee that they could potentially move up all the way to number 3 if they've got a big enough of a package that they would entice the Cardinals. There's New England in there. Atlanta, I guess, could do it as well. But this one really makes a lot of sense. Ryan Tannehill's going to be 35 years old, and he's been slipping. They've been shedding salary cap space. If they get rid of Tannehill, it would save them $19 million towards the salary cap. They may reset. Does that one that should concern you? Like if your team-in-law is sitting there at 4, I just don't know that they've got enough assets and to move up. Is it worth for the Cardinals to say, yeah, we'll move back? You're gonna have to load me up.
I don't think they're going to move up in general. I think they were just going to go with Will Levis, if anything.
And whatever slips to them.
Yeah, they're not going to move up.
Who's their quarterback right now? Is it Gardner Minshew?
Well, yeah, they signed Gardner Minshew, and then they have Sam Ellinger.
It's up one spot. You're not going to be able to get that much.
Yeah.
If you're Arizona.
Right. That's my point. So I think they're listening to other stuff and goes, man, I could load up way more. Now, do they want to drop all the way to 11?
Even
at
if,
this point?
but it would make even just get like an extra second round pick, and you're not picking a quarterback.
Yeah, but to drop to 11, you're not going to get one of those top edge rushers. Where if you drop to where the Seahawks are at 5 or the Raiders are at 7, you still figure you can get one of those stud difference makers on defense, right? If you drop all the way to 11, probably not. Is it worth just getting another second round pick?
No.
I agree with that. That's why, as much as I think the Titans are the ones who would love to do this, I just don't know that the Cardinals want to drop that far back. You want to drop me to 5 and everybody in front of me wants a quarterback? Do it. I still get what I want. Right? But we'll watch it. We'll watch it. Their former coach got a job. Cardinals' former coach, Cliff Kingsbury, is going to join the staff at the University of Southern California in a role working with quarterbacks. Pete Thamel reported that yesterday. So they'll put this together, I guess, in the next few weeks. But he was fired by the Cardinals in January. And now he's going to go join Lincoln Riley. I mean, that's some offensive stuff at USC now, huh? To work with a guy that just won the Heisman Trophy at quarterback.
Cliff Kingsbury is a star offensive coordinator in college football. It's where he belongs.
There's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
That's what he'll thrive.
There's really nothing wrong with that. He'll get another head coaching job in college, don't you believe?
Yeah.
I'm certain he will.
Job.
He'll get a high-profile coaching job.
That's where he can do his best work.
Yep. Yep.
On the collegiate level.
He and there's really nothing wrong with that. I mean, he got paid. He's got plenty of money. Wasn't he going to go away? Where was he going? Taiwan or something for a year? Philippines? Where was he going?
Yeah, he was going somewhere.
Until he didn't. Yeah, he just went on vacation. He was going to go for a year. Just he was going to get off the grid and go disappear. All right, good for him. But now he's back, and now he's got a job, and he's got a pretty good job. You know what? Are you ready for SC and UCLA to be in the Big Ten? I know we got another year of them in the Pac-12. Is your mind ready to wrap around that? Because mine's just flat out not.
It's going to take me a minute.
So, I think I'm almost at the place where I can accept Oklahoma and Texas in the SEC, although it takes me a second to remember that Texas A&M and Missouri are in the SEC, right? I think it does that for me, but this is going to take me. It may take me a decade.
Big Ten, my immediate thought is snow and beanies,
right?
Not Los Angeles.
I'm not ready for it, and it's gonna take me a long, long time. And I don't know with the Pac-12 now, with the CW getting involved. You've been reading some of the stuff on their broadcast rights. So the CW wants to be a player, so they're trying to get involved, and it sounds like their broadcast rights might not be done for a few more months, and they're trying to hold on because Yormark's coming in with the Big 12 and trying to steal the corner schools. Like I don't know, man. I was able to adapt to some of the little, even Utah joining the Pac-12 and SC and UCLA. In my mind, like that's seismic to me. I love college athletics, and the fact that USC, or more so UCLA and Arizona, aren't going to play.
They're big enough brands; they're not getting lost.
100%.
Not
Nebraska
or Rutgers, or anything along those lines.
Right. And you thought Nebraska was a big brand when they joined.
Couple.
It's just bizarre to me, and it feels so, I don't know, detrimental. We'll watch them in football, and they'll still matter. They'll always matter. SC is going to be really good, right? But what about everything else?
They're going to get it.
You ready for hoops? Like instead of UCLA playing Arizona, you ready to watch them play Iowa?
Are the Big Ten schools ready for that? Because basketball matters in the Big Ten.
Well, I think it matters at SC and UCLA. I think they've proven that.
What I'm saying is, of course, basketball matters to UCLA. Don't mess with Happy. What I'm saying is Michigan State, Michigan, like these basketball schools. How are they going to be when they're playing in the Pacific time zone, living that life?
Yeah, how are their fans going to be? No, I agree with that. It's bonkers
be nice,
to me.
Be nice for them because you go back an hour, but then flip it the other way. I think they're going to be fine basketball-wise, especially UCLA.
They're going to be fine. Well,
the overall, it's just going to be.
How's UCLA going to be football-wise? UCLA could get buried football-wise. They could get buried football-wise. SC will not. Bruin James, you probably feel differently. Are you ready? Like, are you ready for your team to be in the Big Ten? Are you ready to accept that yet? Because I can't wrap my mind around it. Good morning, James. You're on the Sports Center.
No, I'm not. I'm really upset about that because the Pac-12 championship is played in Vegas, so I get to hit it at 15 and run to Vegas and watch it and whatever.
Yeah,
now it's going to be in Chicago or Indianapolis or whatever, and I won't be able to do that no more. I mean, you'll have to get a package or whatever the school sells you, or whatever, and you have to do that. But I mean, other than that, yeah, it's bogus, man. I mean,
it's bogus, man.
Yeah, it is totally. But yeah, I mean, football wise, yeah, you're right. But luckily, UCLA is pretty good in softball, gymnastics, and other things. So it kind of is gonna offset the football.
You think gymnastics and softball is going to offset football? Come on now.
No, I'm not saying it is, but because you could get.
You are saying that.
Yes, I am.
You did say that.
But softball's pretty big at UCLA. You know that, bro.
Yeah, all right.
So,
all right. Not that damn
later,
big.
guys.
See you. Right? He did say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As good as softball might be, and as good as volleyball might be, and water polo might be, they could all win national championships, and nobody will know it. Then they'll know what Chip Kelly in football did. My mind's not ready to go there. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to be at the league meetings here coming up the beginning of May, JJ. And so they have all of in the same place. They don't meet, obviously, together, but the Pac-12, the Mountain West, the Big Ten, the Big 12, and I think the MAC are all at the same resort. And so everybody kind of socializes together, but the interaction is always interesting. Who knows if there's going to be a San Diego State announcement. How do you feel about that, by the way? San Diego State, do you feel the longer it lingers, what does that mean? Because
nothing.
I think it means nothing in regards to them leaving the Mountain West. I think it means something in regards to where do they land. Because the Big 12, I think we all think San Diego State's going to the Pac-12. And I still think the Big 12 possibility is there. I just do. I think that's such an interesting, such a sought-after market. And I think the Big 12 would love to go in and steal it. Don't you?
And even if you start slicing up that Big 12 pie, it's still more money than you're getting in the Mountain West Conference.
Well, yeah, in the Mountain West Conference it is. Yeah.
Adding schools to that conference.
I saw a conversation. We'll have this when we come back. If San Diego State leaves, and I think there's a reality that, you all come to that reality that San Diego State's either going to not even probably, they're going to Pac-12 or the Big 12. In one, I think something's going to happen, be announced soon, and you probably get a year, maybe 2 years left to San Diego State in this league. When we come back, conversation. Should the Mountain West add somebody if San Diego State leaves? And if so, who? I've got my thoughts. I'll tell you why it's not such an easy answer, but I'll tell you what I think. I know, JJ, you have thoughts on that as well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Too strong. It's going to be a rebound there by Brown. Brown gets it in. Bucket there by Alter.
Crossover for Jackson. Salas steals the rebound and finds a cutting Mitchell at the rim.
Great move.
It's almost even in the foul territory, and LaCueva looking to take advantage. Said Yates draws the foul, and one opportunity is said, gives the muscles down.
And it's 11-4, 38. Another turnover by Rio Grande.
Montoya off the glass, up and in, back-to-back layups for the Demons.
Oh, was stolen away again by Valdez. Valdez is going to bring it out.
Valdez has to have around 3 or 4 steals. 3 by Mays.
Bingo! That one rattles in for Alyssa Mays, and the All-District Player of the Year has 12.
Penetrates, no foul call. Rodriguez lines one up and knocks down the 3. First basket of the night.
To back it out.
Look at this deep 3.
Wow! That was from NBA range.
What a steal. Stevison 2-on-1, gets up, gets it in.
He doesn't use it, comes back out to Dominguez, who takes a 3. Boom! There's that man, Superman.
Turns, shoots off. Oh, he made that.
Wow. That was crazy. That was a crazy shot.
Has everybody on him. Now he got open.
Open look for a 3, and that's what he does. A 3 for Dennerclaw. His first bucket of the game. And that's a 3, and it'll count at the buzzer.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
And AM 610, the sports animal.
Viewership numbers for the Masters are out. How do you think they did?
I think they did okay.
I always love listening to commentary on events. And if you like something, if it's your thing, you're going to love it. Now, you and I will watch golf, and we're going to watch the Thursday round at the John Deere. I watched the Masters. I enjoyed it. Now, I don't think either one of us are going to sit here and tell you it was the most compelling Sunday at the Masters ever, right? It wasn't the best finish. It wasn't horrible.
It's one of my favorite days,
right?
Sunday at the Masters. So I'm hard to.
No, and
I'm a big fan,
right? And I thought it was
and
really
I'm invested.
good.
I live in my own little golf world.
No, and as you and I are similar on this, right? I thought it was good. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was one of the best final rounds ever, right? There have been great Sundays at the Masters. This was a good one, right? I think there's great, and I think there's good. I haven't seen a bad one yet.
I'm also curious when a big event like the Masters happens on a holiday, how it affects ratings.
Right.
I don't know, and you would have more knowledge in this than me, but I've always wondered if Easter has affected it.
All right, well, CBS says Sunday's broadcast of the Masters was the most watched round on any network in 5 years, averaging 12.058 million viewers.
That's great.
All right, so I love listening to the narrative afterwards. If you like something, it's really good, and if you don't like it, well, it's just boring and it's old and it's antiquated. And I don't know. You know, it's the Masters. I've heard all kinds of stuff. What you got to do to the Masters. You've got to somehow live up the Masters, right? Live golf the Masters. You're not. More people watch the Masters that round than any round in 5 years. Oh, and by the way, let me tell you a couple things that didn't happen to the Masters. Tiger Woods did not play on Sunday. You mean to tell me you could have the highest watched round of golf in 5 years without Tiger? Well, yes, that's possible. I know many of us, and you're probably included, right? You didn't think that would be possible without Tiger. Could they draw a big number like that, right?
You know what I do think, though, Jeff? Golf is becoming, I think, more popular due to the series that are coming out on Netflix. Like, I just see more on the internet, more people playing golf. I don't know if I don't know. I've always been involved with golf. So I just think it's getting more attention as well.
Right. And golf's becoming more popular. It's becoming more, dare I say it, cool to some people, right? More, if you go to a golf course, and it can be a country club, you know, private club, or it can be a public course. The demographic of your golfer does not look like it did 10 years ago, let alone 30 years ago.
I'm surprised. You know, I golf almost every week when it starts getting warm out, and I'm surprised we are always golfing with kids much younger than us, and I'm not even that old. Like, I mean, I'm in my 30s, but I'm very surprised.
So I think there's that. I think golf has become more accepted, more cool. People realize, you know, this old, you know who tells you, who tells you golf is boring to watch?
Yeah.
People who don't watch golf, which is fine, right? Because there's a lot of stuff that's boring to me to watch that I don't watch because I'm not into it.
I also know people who I was actually talking to a lot of my family on Sunday. They love playing golf. They just can't. They don't get it watching it on TV.
It's interesting because I will tell you that if you watch a golf tournament, there is way more action than watching a football game. You're going to go, wait a minute, Jeff, shut up. No. Yeah. They go from shot to shot to shot to shot until the final round when it's just, you know, you're watching basically the last two or maybe three groups. But if you watch a golf tournament, they go, here's Jordan Spieth. Here's his approach on 18. Oh, there's a beautiful shot. All right, now Rahm on number 6 or whatever. Right, you're going.
It's not that fast.
It's pretty shot to shot to shot.
Yeah.
Where in football, it's play, replay, huddle. I'm not telling you football's boring. Please, that's not hardly what I'm saying. My point is, the people who tell you that golf is boring just don't like it or don't watch it. But I listen. Oh, they need to do something. They need to bring in a comedian. They need to live up golf. By the way, Liv has it as will it work? Do you think they need to live up the Masters?
No, I'm just saying. You brought up comedian. I was joking.
So okay, do you think they need a comedian on the Masters?
No.
First of all, who said that?
It's a wonderful tradition.
Major golf tournaments are always going to rate fine.
Yeah.
I'm always
What are they trying to do? The
surprised
Manning
when,
cast?
If it's not Tiger Woods, it sets a record, but it's going to be the highest viewed golf tournament of the season.
But it was the highest round in 5 years. Sunday, this last Sunday. Now I've read, you know, the Twitter's like, well, that's because there's live golfers. Well, I mean, these are the best golfers in the world. That's what the Masters has always been, right?
I liked the storyline of
You know what I
the
enjoyed
top
too
10 live in PGA.
was the walkthrough where they had a player mic'd up for a hole. It was Roy McIlroy.
Yeah,
because he said that's perfect.
But they've been doing that all year now. That's what CBS has been doing now.
Yeah, but I wasn't watching those.
Yeah, no, I've been
I was
but
watching
I'm
the
telling you now that they've been doing that all year.
And that's a really cool feature where it's not annoying. You know, you just hit a shot, talk through the shot. Oh, what does it look like where you are? Like, that is fantastic. And for them, you know, for Rory too, because he's open, he's advancing the PGA, he's trying to grow the game, and you know that those are the little things that you can do that just add really good enjoyment to the broadcast.
I think they've been doing that. Emery, you've been seeing that throughout the year. That's something that CBS has incorporated into what they're doing. And I think JJ, to your point, and I'll give Liv the credit on this. Have they forced the PGA to do some things creatively? They have. But you don't need to live up the Masters or the U.S. Open or the British Open. Now, if you want to tell me, the Waste Management did it way before Liv. The Waste Management did this the Phoenix Open way before Liv did it. But the highest viewership in the last 5 years watched that tournament without Tiger Woods on Sunday. And it was just fine. And you know, the people who tell you it was boring, they're not going to watch it. They're going to watch their thing. They're going to go watch something else. That's cool. But it wasn't. And for people who dig it, they're going to watch it. You might dig this as well. We got a sweet deal for you, and I think you're going to like this a lot. It's coming up on the it's the second annual. It's the 22nd of April, the second annual Brewers and Distillers Cup at Balloon Fiesta Park from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And so if you go to our website, sportsanimalabq.com, right at 9 o'clock, click on the sweet deal icon, you will get 2 for the price of 1. That's $40 gets you $80 worth of tickets, and that includes 4 tasting tickets, commemorative collectible pint glasses, 8 sample pours of craft beer, wine, and cocktails, full access. Larry's here to talk. What's up, man? It's good to see you.
How are you, Jeff?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank
Come on a little closer to that microphone, so we could hear you. I know we don't have for you. So tell us, this event sounds really, really cool.
Yeah, you know, in order to try to grow the game, you know how,
and the game being soccer.
The game being soccer.
Yeah.
You know, Albuquerque is a soccer town, and we've always, you know, Ron Patel and I have had the discussions long time ago. It's a soccer town. We just don't know it, and we continue to put events on so people can actually come out and see what the game's like and understand. And so, what better to incorporate it with some booze and some food and some family. And
so explain how this whole event wraps around soccer, the Distillers Cup.
Great question. So basically what we've done is we've partnered or invited, we have 16 different breweries and distilleries, and part of their job was to put together the best 10, recruit the best 10 players that they could, and it becomes a 7v7 tournament. And, you know, just run it almost like an NCAA bracket. You know, you have qualifying games and play-ins and, you know, get down to a quarterfinal, semifinal, and final all in one day. They're short games, so it makes it easy to these, you know, and I can say it because I'm in it, and these older guys to run around and kick the ball around for, you know, about 12 minutes.
That's
and
about it, right? That's all you get.
and then go have a beer.
Which way it should be. And so Larry's here telling you about the Brewers and Distillers Cup. It's coming up on Saturday, April 22nd. So not this Saturday, but the following Saturday out at Balloon Fiesta Park. They'll start at 10 in the morning, go up through 6, and we got a sweet deal for you. It goes live on our website, sportsanimalabq.com, right at 9 o'clock.
And what you were talking about, you know, family is making it a day for everyone. You know, there's kid zone activities, there's music. So this is going to be an event that everyone can enjoy, get out there and be able to get out with the family.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I was most impressed with last year is, so we partnered with, you know, Blue River Productions. So Dean Strober, guy that puts on Coffee and Chocolate Fest, the wine festivals. So this man knows what he's doing. And the DJ that he brought to the table last year was absolutely fantastic. I'm disappointed that I can't remember his name, but if you come out, you will be hopping and bopping all afternoon long. It's a blast. So
you also, and I like that you have this, and so you're thinking, all right, everybody's going to be out there drinking beer and drinking wine, and how we getting home. You have a special spectator and designated driver ticket for ages 16 or older. It's just $5. Under 16, they get in free, so you can bring the kids get in free, but your designated driver gets in for $5 so we all get home safely.
Yeah, very important. You know, very important that there's that responsibility. You know, we've managed to acquire some really good corporate sponsors, so we want to make sure that we continue to try to keep black eyes off of anybody that we're associated.
You got a website so people can go take a look at all the information? I know you do.
Yeah, brewersanddistillerscup.com.
All right, that's pretty easy. So this is a great event, and it's coming up not this Saturday, but a week from Saturday out at Balloon Fiesta Park. It's going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's Brewers and Distillers, and they're playing soccer against each other, and a good day to go out there and have some music and some food and some drink and some good people and hopefully some great weather out there. Have you looked at the report yet? The 10 days? I know you have.
It's Albuquerque.
It'll be perfect.
So, you know, I can look at the 10-day weather and then all of a sudden be surprised.
Larry,
but the expectation is there.
I run an event. I know the game. I know it as well. All right, it's our sweet deal. It goes live on our website, sportsanimalabq.com, right at 9 o'clock. Click on it $40, you get 2 tickets. It's $80 value for $40. There's only 65 of these available, so jump on it and get it done. And then if you want to learn more about it, it's brewersanddistillerscup.com, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have fun with this, Larry. It's great to see you.
Good seeing you,
Best
Jeff.
of luck with it, man. It's been too long.
Yeah, it has. It's good
Man,
seeing you guys.
I miss the soul. I know you do too.
I do.
You probably miss it more than I do.
Yeah,
know
I
you
do.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about. We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at U.S. Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with U.S. Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine. Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes. Wait, what? Seth?
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about. We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At U.S. Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Springtime. Masters is done. As we head into spring, you tend to have some things left undone. Don't let taking care of you go undone. Guys, if you're dealing with natural things like fatigue, weight gain, depression, even erectile dysfunction, do yourself a favor, call New Mail. New Mail has helped thousands of men feel better. They're right here in Albuquerque. They'll help you deal with all those things. You'll feel better. You'll perform better, so do it for you. Also now, men and ladies dealing with hair loss. New Mail's your solution as well. Call them at 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or go online at Newmail, NUMALE.com. New Mail's pros walk you through the options. You choose what's best for you. Platelet-rich plasma hair therapy that uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle. Stops hair loss and regrows hair. FDA cleared clinical hair restoration laser proven to regrow hair. NeoGraft hair transplants produce natural looking results in less than a week. There's no linear scarring. Guys, ladies, call New Mail. Get your hair back. 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or online at newmail.com. Opening drive, Jeff, JJ, A. Marie, and Adrian's produced on the TV side. If you want to look at us on Facebook, the OD and the AM is where we stream it. It's also on Comcast Channel 26. Ron's in on the Masters rating. Said, Jeff, I would argue that the bump was because there was nothing else on. Sorry, XFL does nothing for me. Only mostly meaningless NBA game, and Neck Car didn't run until Sunday night. Ron, I would argue that's how it is, the Masters, and that's kind of how the calendar's scheduled. Look at every other year. And I would argue with you that the NBA games actually were meaningful because you had the Lakers on against the Lakers were on ABC, right, against the Masters, needing to win to get into potentially
important because NBA playoffs are it's important.
So, Ron, I would tell you that that's how the calendar, like, they're never against the NFL. What makes this different than any other year as far as their competition? I would disagree with you. That's why they got the bump. They got a bump because it was intriguing. I think the LIV PGA thing had some intrigue to it. There were 3 LIV golfers in the top 10. And actually there was really only one when you started on Sunday, and then Phil and Patrick Reed came up. Patrick Reed just made a surge at the end, and Phil made a surge during the day, but nobody really saw it, right? This was John Rahm and Brooks, and there was no Tiger. All I'm telling you is this whole golf is going to die thing when Tiger goes away. I just think is people who just aren't going to watch golf anyway, and there's plenty of people who will only watch for Tiger, and that's fine.
Generational too. I'm not saying there's going to be another Tiger. I'm saying just stop.
Well, look, Tiger set it up to a point. There's so many.
He
good
made
golfers.
golf cool.
He did.
That's why we have what we have right now is because of players like Tiger Woods.
But there's a I think it's a very, very, I don't even know if it's that vocal. There's a semi-vocal minority. Well, they've got to ramp up the broadcast. They've got to bring in comedians. They've got to make it this. They've got to really kind of like LIV did. And how's LIV doing? I'm just curious.
I mean, it's brand new. I mean,
it is brand new, and the ratings.
I wouldn't judge it off just right now.
Right, but it's not like it just took off like this. Okay, remember when the XFL? Can I compare it to the XFL?
Yeah, that's why I compare it closely.
All right, remember, but I'm talking about the first XFL, way back, the one that you've read about, you've seen the documentaries on. When that started, and it was going to be this whole different brand of football, and it took off. Remember that first week of ratings? It was historic. Oh my goodness, everybody's watching it, and then nobody watched it. Now, I'm not telling you that's what LIV is going to be. I think it's going to be much more steady. but at not steady high. I don't think it's ever going to have the PGA numbers.
I think too. I'm not saying you have to do this for every sport, but I think people are just trying to spice up broadcasting
That's
in a lot
fine.
of different sports. I'm not saying they should. I'm saying, like, what are you gonna have, the Manning cast? Like,
No,
what are we
no.
doing?
But your point's not wrong. In you want to evolve it, and what JJ said was, miking up a player. In this case, Rory.
Yeah.
I think they had Max Homa mic'd up for a while. So, don't you think that's kind of what you're talking about?
Totally.
Spicing it up a little bit, but not getting it to the point where you don't want to run off the people who just are here to watch the golf.
Right.
But you want to bring in other people that might need a little bit more of an incentive to watch the golf. Like, so many of us play. And that's why it was kind of weird for me to hear when you said, I know a lot of people who play golf but can't really watch it, because like I relate to as much as I love football, and I watch way too much freaking football. Like, I do.
Same.
I make my living in football. I watch, but I don't relate to it the way I relate to golf. I didn't have that shot in football the other day. I didn't have a flop like, oh, how's he going to play this? I can't relate to getting buried under 300-pound linemen like that or making that catch. Can you?
No. That makes sense, though.
I can't
Just
relate to a
because
lot
you
of
play
shots
does
in
not mean you
golf.
watch golf.
No, I get no. But that's why I watch.
That's a big crossover
No,
where
it's just fun.
I know, and we've had conversations
Yeah.
with golf people about, all right, how do you continue to build off of the surge that it took when it was the only thing you could do due to COVID?
Do you think it's slipped a lot since then?
Sure, it's just life.
Yeah.
You don't have
Yeah, life happens.
things, you have more responsibilities now.
No, look, even people who love to play and loved before it always have problems finding time to play golf, right? I mean, it takes 3.5, 4 hours, and yeah, you got to have time to play golf.
I don't think it's that. Okay, so when I was younger, my grandfather pushed golf on me so hard, and none of my friends were playing it, so I didn't want to play it. I just wanted to hoop.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, I wish I just would have listened to him when I was 11 years old.
too.
And now all my nephews, like the younger generations, are like, they want to golf.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's different.
I wish I played in high school.
Oh,
I know.
He pushed me. He's like, I'll pay for camps. I'll pay for whatever. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna play basketball.
Yeah, my granddad took me out and he kind of taught me how to hack it around, and that's kind of where I started. I mean, I've taken one lesson in my life. Matt Malloy gave me a lesson a while back, and I don't know if it helped me or screwed
One of my
me up.
regrets.
Yeah, no, we get it. All right, but it was just interesting just to see the numbers in the Masters.
No, that's cool. I'm happy.
Yeah. What does this say? There were no NBA games on ABC. Is that right? There was no NBA.
It was a night game.
It was a night game? All right, so there was no NBA. But what's normally against it? It's the same window that it's always in, right?
Yeah.
They're not going against anything.
The only difference was because of weather, and I can't remember the last time this was. We had to move 9 or 10 holes to the morning before the final 18.
Right. So it was on at like 6:15 in the morning.
Yeah.
Our time.
That's the only change that it went against. But
Still
what
Sunday at the
Sports Center
Masters.
or whatever sports morning news show?
Right.
News show.
Right. No, it was still Sunday morning at the Masters. Sunday at the Masters. It was still spectacular theater. I don't know. I mean, to me, that's not stale. That's not old. But again, if it's not your thing, if you need to be stimulated to watch golf because you need something else besides the game, then you're probably not gonna dig that, and that's cool. That doesn't mean it sucked. That doesn't mean it was boring. It might not be your thing. And you're going to tell me whatever it is your thing was the greatest ever, and that's cool. That's why the good Lord invented the remote control, man. That's why I got a tennis network and a NASCAR network and a golf network and a baseball network and a football network and a hockey network and a wrestling network, and it's all there, and I can watch all of it, whatever I want, as much as I want. That's kind of the beauty of it all. But 12+ million on an average viewership, the highest round of golf on CBS in the last 5 years. People were watching, people kind of dug it, and it was a deal. All right, I know I promised you this earlier. When we come back, we're going to get into this. Mountain West Conference. San Diego State's leaving, right? I think we've all come to that. There's nothing official, but I think we all realize that. What should the conference do? And I'll tell you why the answer isn't easy, and the answer isn't right away, oh, you need to add this school. That's coming up next. Want you to know about John Thomas Jewelers. When you're ready to make that move, when you're ready to make her your wife. Your girlfriend becomes your wife. Make the transformation complete. Stop by John Thomas Jewelers and talk to them about a custom ring. They do more custom jewelry in 1 week than most jewelers do in a year. So if you can dream it, they can make it. And it's way more affordable than you think. Why? Because they do it all right there in their shop in Albuquerque, New Mexico. 3rd floor, Lewis University building, right on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal. So instead of shipping it out to Chicago or New York or LA or Texas or wherever other places do their custom stuff, it's done right here. State of the art, beautiful, beautiful rings. And they'll walk you through. You pick, like, here, he's got all these beautiful bands to look at. Then you pick the shape and the size of the diamond, and then the additions and the custom stuff. And you're going to get this 3D printed piece that shows you what it's going to feel like, the size of it. Do this. Go by John Thomas Jewelers. And it's not just about engagement rings. I just made a purchase a few weeks ago, and it worked out really well for us. They're the only master IJO certified jeweler in Albuquerque, only 5-star Google rated jeweler in the state. And they offer a lifetime warranty. If you can dream it, they can make it. You go to johnthomasjewelers.com and visit John Thomas Jewelers on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.
Industries is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine. Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes. Wait, what? Seth?
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable.
And San Diego State leaves the league. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, and A. Marie. 505-246-0610. You're already coming in on this. I think you think it's inevitable that, especially, I think before San Diego State's run to the championship game in the Final Four, that San Diego State was going Pac-12 or Big 12, right? UCLA, USC are vacating the Pac-12. There's no presence in the Southern California market for either one of those leagues. They both want it. And San Diego State not only is that, but they have been, if you look at winning percentage over, I believe, the last 8 years in Division I or FBS/Division I, San Diego State men's basketball and football has the best winning percentage of those two combined, better than Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama. But it's like they performed at a level. They're ready to move, and then they get to the finals of the NCAA championship. So I by the way, Lamont Butler, their guard who hit the shot to beat FAU, who hit the shot to beat New Mexico here in the pit, he declared for the NBA draft yesterday, although he's going to hold on to potential eligibility to come back. Keyshawn Johnson's probably doing it, Jaden Ledee as well. So two guys have, three guys probably will, and you may see all of them back.
If you want to get off my Rocks take,
yeah,
it's players announcing they're declaring for the NBA draft and keeping their eligibility. Everyone should do that.
Jalen House did it last year.
Just do it. Like I'm like, they put out this huge old post. Like, thank you for everything. I'm declaring the draft, but I'm keeping my eligibility. Okay. Like, it's just, everyone should do it. Even if you're like a walk-on. I can do it. I can go talk to agents. I can get feedback.
Right.
Just do it.
Yeah, even if you're a walk-on. All right.
Tell me if you're leaving, then do that post.
Then put that post out. Seriously. All right. So what should the league do? When San Diego State leaves, you will be at 10 in basketball and 11 in football. And so I've got a list. Somebody just sent me a list, said they should add, if the Mountain West can get UTSA, they should. El Paso is still a large market, MSA-wise. A Texas school could help. Texas State, Lamar, UC Santa Barbara, South Dakota State, Idaho State. And then he says, the more I think about it, UTEP would be, would the conference get a share of bowl money? What bowl money? Not Sun Bowl money. So I'm going to tell you the answer is I don't know that you need to do anything right away. And while everybody's getting bigger, and I don't know that I think you need to do anything. If you stay at 10 in basketball, you've got an even round robin. You play 9 teams twice. You play 18 teams, or 18 games, which is what you currently play. You don't have the unbalanced schedule. You play everybody in basketball twice. You don't have divisions in football. You're already playing an unbalanced schedule, so you don't need you'd have 11 teams with Hawaii. I don't know that I see anybody that right away adds a value to this league that makes it worth sharing more of the pie. Now, I've heard a lot about the Dakota schools wanting to come in. I've even heard Montana. I mean, does that do anything for you? Does that do anything for your national appeal? Does UC Santa Barbara? Does Texas State? I don't know that UTSA is leaving the American to come here. You know, if you can get SMU here, that'd be great. But I mean, they're talking the Pac-12 and the Big 12.
Yeah.
I don't know that I see anybody out there. Grand Canyon somewhat interests me in basketball as a non-football school, but I mean, I maybe I don't know.
I'm lobbing phone calls to everyone just to make sure that I'm on
interest?
their bulletin board.
Okay.
It's like, hey, it's Mountain West Conference. How you doing? It's touching base.
So who's everyone?
Like SMU.
Well, yeah.
I think schools like that. I look at basketball only, but I would want to try to find an even number. Because I think
Do you need an even number if you're playing an unbalanced schedule?
Not necessarily, but I know if it's 10, it works. I think the basketball one, trying to like see what anything, because what is actually interesting,
Yeah.
is West Coast Conference.
Okay.
Because
Who do you want besides Gonzaga? Who do you want?
well, I'm saying like what are they going to move?
Let me ask you this:
Because look at the West Coast Conference; it's a 9-team conference.
Do you want San Diego? Do you want the University of San Diego so they're a good baseball program? They could be, and maybe with more resources, could be a decent basketball program, have been at times. Would they be if they got Mountain West resources? And do you want to stay in that market? Like does that interest you? That, you know, aside of Gonzaga, that would be the one that interests me. Does Portland?
Could you become so? If would be interesting,
Yeah.
is if you know San Diego State say they go to the Big 12.
Yeah.
Could you create a basketball juggernaut conference in the Mountain West?
Who are you adding? Is that next?
That's next.
I'm listening.
Why it could be a game changer on a collegiate level.
I think I know where you're going, but I'm interested. That's next. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, Dream Style Stucco.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine. Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes. Wait, what? Seth?
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Three-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie Castillo, and J.J. Bob.
So conference realignment tends to be defined by football, dictated by football. Football money. And I don't think that's going to be any different in regards to the Mountain West Conference, certainly what's going on with San Diego State in the Pac-12 or the Big 12, wherever they end up. But basketball is obviously a piece of it. And it can be a piece, but it's the next piece. And so if and when San Diego State leaves the Mountain West Conference, what should the league do? I don't know that there's an immediate add. I don't know that you need immediately to go get UTEP or go add Texas State or whatever. But JJ's got an idea. Can the league look completely different for football and basketball? And you were talking about a super basketball league on the West Coast.
Yeah, at this point in time, with all the movement, football playing schools, non-football playing schools, just think about trying to maximize at least one thing. Could you be elite level in one thing? And a basketball mega conference on the West Coast could be very interesting. You look at the Mountain West, their media rights still is up in 2026. So it's not crazy to start talking to schools, be like, hey, if we did X, because it would take a couple years for the movement, the change of the conferences, that would line up potentially with negotiating a new media rights deal. And we understand football is the engine, it stirs the drink, but there's still a lot of money to be made in college basketball. The NCAA tournament makes a lot of money. Getting those shares is important. Now, it would be tough when you're talking about a school like Gonzaga, because they're good regardless.
Well,
in a 9-team West Coast Conference, whatever they do, they're winning games. They're getting a high seed. They're getting in. But if we see this power shift, which we're going to see, the UCLA, USC leaving the Pac-12 is a mega shift. And if they don't, and there's nothing comparable to bring in, why wouldn't you throw your hat into that ring and call Gonzaga, call even a St. Mary's?
If you're the Pac-12.
In the Mountain West Conference.
Okay, so I think
and see if you could get a battle going to form a mega basketball conference on the West, because you would dominate the landscape.
All right, so a couple things, because this is the time. You just had 4 teams in the NCAA tournament if you're the Mountain West the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. You just had a team, granted a team that's most likely leaving your league, but your league is hot right now. Now, how hot, Jeff? Well, I mean, they had 4 teams in, right? Just like the Pac-12 did, right? I mean, this is. So I think Gonzaga is going to have options, okay? And Gonzaga, if they want to go the Big 12 or the Pac-12, I think there's an opportunity. To your point, are they comfortable where they are? They might be. But if your new commissioner, who, by the way, was the commissioner of the West Coast Conference, so it has all these connections or whatever, relationships. Are you looking at, if San Diego State leaves, you're at 10 teams currently. Are you looking at saying, let's add 4 of them? Do you want 6 of them? Do you want to absorb that whole league? You don't want to absorb all 9 of them, do you? I mean, do you want 4 of them? You want 6 of them? I think if you said, I'd like to take Gonzaga, I'd like to take St. Mary's, which somewhat gets me into the Bay Area. Now, here's, if you're going to say, I want 2 of these next 3. San Francisco's been a better program than these other 2. What do they do for you in the Bay Area market? But I would tell you I would want Loyola Marymount. Why? A, they got better last year. B, you're in the LA market. I understand that they're barely a player there, but you can recruit there and say, hey, we're going to come back and play. Your parents will see you. You get to be here. You're in the LA market. And that's why I would want USD. I would want San Diego to be in San Diego market, because I think St. Mary's gets you into the Bay Area market, while USF might be a bigger school. I think St. Mary's a better program. So if you say Gonzaga, St. Mary's, Loyola, and San Diego, would they come? I don't know. I don't know what the finances look like. But to your point on Gonzaga, then now all of a sudden, well, if their league is kind of coming apart around them, they're going to go with it. I think it does. You start looking at what their baseball programs are. All their other sports. They basically be a full-time, other than football, member of the Mountain West. I think if you're thinking that way, I don't know what the television rights would be, but I gotta believe if you're going in and saying, hey, first of all, Gonzaga would be the big piece here. But now we're getting into the Bay Area, into Los Angeles, into San Diego. We're already in San Diego now, but we're losing it. Does it make it worth it? And then competitively, to your point on being a super conference, what does San Diego do? Look, I got to believe then San Diego all of a sudden with that resources becomes a player. And they've gone up and down. You start to figure out, why isn't USD a lot better than they are? Beautiful campus, beautiful city. It's kind of the whole San Diego State thing from years ago. But that's where in your scenario, that's what I would target.
But in this day and age, like, throw it against the wall, see if anything sticks, because you're looking at, the money is still going to be there for collegiate sports. They're still paying to put these things on TV. The NCAA tournament is a juggernaut, and the football money, that drives so many things. So when you're talking about non-football playing schools, could that hurt you in the amount of money you get? Possibly, but you need to think outside the box. You need to look at this entire landscape and realize that just because a school might not be a football playing school doesn't mean it wouldn't provide value, because that would be like the Pac-12. Now maybe they go after, just try to keep their basketball brand up, a Gonzaga along those lines.
Well, I could see them adding San Diego State for football, getting rid of divisions, and then adding Gonzaga to make it an even 12 in basketball. Like that almost is their strongest play.
Is this just a pipe dream? I know so many people are screaming like, all right, whatever, Mountain West honk. Like, just throw it out there. All they can do is say, no, thank you, as you look at continuing to try to grow and stabilize your league. get the most money possible in the media deal.
So if you let's just say, there's a couple things. How many non-full membership schools? I start looking around. It's become not common, but more common, right? Wichita State is a non-football playing member of the American, correct? Hawaii is an only football playing member of the Mountain West. Are there any others like that? Can you think of other schools that are? There's got to be, right, JJ? Mm-hmm. So if SMU gets passed up, would they prefer to be in the Mountain West or the American, do you think? Geographically, they fit more into the American, obviously, but I mean, I don't even know what geographically means anymore.
Yeah.
It's where's there more money? Where's there more TV money? Would being in the Dallas market get you more TV money for football? I gotta believe so, right? I mean,
and part of this too is when you're talking about it from a Mountain West perspective, can you get to these places?
Can you get to these places like physically?
Yeah, like we're not talking about charter flights from Los Angeles to New Jersey, but conferences that bring value. They can get your teams in and out relatively easy.
Every one of them's easy, dude.
Yeah,
every one of those
positive. That's what I'm saying.
Every one of them. I mean, SMU's a flight into Dallas. They got 2 airports. Yeah. Gonzaga's right into Spokane. St. Mary's is a flight into one of the Bay Area airports and a bus down. Loyola Marymount, the campus is probably 4 miles from LAX, like literally not even 4 miles. And USD is easy. I mean, all of those access is easy. Way easier to get there than to Logan or Laramie. Way easier. I kind of like the way you're thinking. I don't know that you need to add anything football-wise unless SMU's available. I just don't know that I see anything. All the talk of South Dakota State moving up or North Dakota moving up or NAU or I just, what does it do for you? What does it do?
Nothing football-wise.
I know there's UTEP and New Mexico State, and I just don't know what it does for you to divide the pie. And so, and everybody seems to be in a place now. Conference USA seems to be somewhat settled, right? I like where you're going football-wise.
Well, I think a basketball making conference.
Basketball-wise.
Well, because there's still a lot of money to be made. NCAA tournament matters. And in a couple of years, when you're looking at these leagues, that's what we're looking at. In 2025, when a lot of these changes do happen in Texas, Oklahoma, et cetera, official members of the SEC, the Big 12 is set. West Coast Conference is going to be a 9-team league, and how are Gonzaga and SMC feeling?
Do you agree with me on Loyola and San Diego? I just think if they moved in the Mountain West Conference in those markets,
you could always figure out. There's negotiations.
Well, I just think you'd have
pieces of the pie, how to get things to work out money wise versus football, non-football schools, all that stuff.
All right. 505-246-0610. Come on in. When we return, I don't know if you know this, but your Sunday ticket, your Red Zone, everything you've been getting on DirecTV, it's changing. You might have known that. How to get it and how much will it be? It's a big deal for you. That's next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. When Damar Hamlin collapsed on the field during an NFL.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your coverage from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Dream style stucco. Stucco is the way to go. A Southwest tradition, beautiful and durable. The perfect combination. Your favorite color, your favorite texture. You're gonna love it when they put it all together. Through any weather, nothing looks better. From the smooth to the rough, they really know their stuff. Nobody does stucco like Dream style stucco.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been.
All right, get ready to pay up. Do you know anybody who doesn't watch, like, on Red Zone anymore, Sunday NFL football? Like, if you don't have it, you find a bar, you find a friend, right?
Oh, yeah.
Red Zone's the go-to. Red Zone's kind of the best thing that happened in sports watching
It's the
television
best.
in the last 30 years, isn't
It's
it?
the best.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to not watch without Red Zone. All right, so Red Zone's changed. Though how you're going to get it, where you're going to get it, it's all changing, and so is your pricing. I think you knew, and if you didn't, you should, that the NFL Sunday Ticket package is now no longer going to be on Direct TV. It's moved from Direct TV to YouTube starting with this coming season. And you knew that, you just didn't know how much it was going to cost. Well, YouTube today unveiled their pricing details for the upcoming season. And it's trying to get people signed up early. There's incentives to sign people up early. The pricing is going to be different based on when you sign up and whether you're a subscriber to YouTube TV. So you can get it if you're not a YouTube TV subscriber, but it's going to be more. So here's the deal. It's $249 for the season if you purchase before June 6th. Okay? $249. If you purchase after, it's going to cost you another $100, $349. This is for the Sunday Ticket. Now, if you are a non-NFL YouTube subscriber, it's $349 before June 6th and $489 after June 6th. Okay? It's an increase over previous years. CableTV.com said that last year the Sunday ticket cost averaged $294. NFL Sunday ticket max, which was Red Zone, was $395, an extra $100. So YouTube's acquisition of the Sunday ticket, which was announced last December, it's a 7-year deal. They're paying $14 billion for it.
Billion.
Yeah. All right. So there's one thing, and so I don't see this in the online story, but I do see it in the CBS story. And this feels like it's the answer, JJ. It says, if you are a YouTube subscriber, and I got to believe that means YouTube TV, you'll have the option of purchasing just is in capital letters, and this is the answer, the Red Zone for $10.99 per month during the season.
That's all anybody wants.
That's all I want.
That's all I want is my Red Zone.
Now, you have to be a subscriber, and you are. But if you just want Red Zone, according to this story, it's $10.99 a month. All right. So for people who don't subscribe, it's $100 more. If you've never subscribed to Sunday Ticket,
the NFL's expensive.
It's expensive. All right, so there's what it's going to cost you. Start saving your pennies. Get in the couch cushions and start figuring out where those nickels and quarters are. Anybody have nickels and quarters? Do you carry change around ever? You ever have change in your pocket?
No.
Do you carry money? Do you carry money? Like currency?
I think you should always have $20 on you.
$20 is your number. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You?
No.
I'd like to be carrying more, but
yeah, I always feel like I gotta have a couple bucks on me. I also, for whatever reason,
surprised.
What?
People don't carry card readers around anymore.
Carburetors?
Card readers around.
All right.
Because everyone's like, yeah, I need spare change. I'm like, nope. Oh, I take card.
It's burnt out. Yeah, the people on
Give
the
you
street.
the Venmo?
It's got to be. Yeah, no. It's his point. It's got to be tougher and tougher to be asking for money on the streets. I always have like 2 quarters in my pocket. I don't know. I left pocket. I always kind of have 2 quarters. And you know when it comes in handy?
sometimes you have to make a choice.
I don't know. It's not the same 2 quarters. It's not like, a man named
Street
Otto.
parking?
Where a man named Otto had that 1 quarter that the wife gave to him, right? It's street parking. I go to Pokey Pokey and I don't want to pull out my card. I'm just running in to get food and it gets me 15 minutes of parking.
The 2 quarter rule.
I just always have 2 quarters. I don't know why.
Come in handy.
Child laughs at me. You got 2 quarters? Yeah, I do. I actually.
Absolutely, I got 2 quarters.
Yeah, you need one?
I tried the tacos at Pokey Pokey. They were great.
Everything at Pokey Pokey is really good. Wayne, you're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Wayne.
Hey, guys. I know someone always carried a $2 bill in his pocket, so no matter what, he was never broke. But so I knew that there's a lot of philosophy behind that. But I want to definitely talk about the whole subscription-based stuff. I mean, Jeff and I, we're old enough where remember where we can watch everything on all the local channels, and now you can't. And
yeah, but we couldn't watch them all at once, Wayne. We couldn't watch them all at once, and I don't mind paying for the Red Zone. Like it's an innovation, and we never had that. So I mean, would you agree that that's while it's gone to pay per, that's at least an enhancement in the viewing.
Right, but it doesn't give you Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. So, for example, I have Sling TV for ESPN. I have Amazon for Sunday Night Football. I have Peacock for some of the Sunday games. And then I have an antenna for the local channels, luckily, because I'm a Cowboys fan and I can watch most of my games. So I literally have 4 things just to get that. And then, I do have the Red Zone, too, but I only have it on my phone, so I can only watch it on my phone. I can't even stream it. So it just seems like it's more and more. I get it. Football is definitely the money maker, and people are going to pay the money to watch it. But sometimes it just gets kind of outrageous as far as all the things you have to pay for just to watch a game and try to find it. Like I remember last couple of seasons ago when I started trying to get back into watching more of it, I was like, well, I have to download this app. I have to load this. I have to load this, and it gets overwhelming. And now with the Sunday NFL Ticket, if I want to get that too, on top of all these $40, $50, $30 subscriptions that I'm paying for, now I have to pay another $400 just to get, just if I want to watch other games that might not be on there, in case the Red Zone doesn't show exactly what I'm saying. And there's times where I downloaded the app because they cut off the Cowboys game because they were like blowing someone out. And they're showing the same game they cut off the Cowboys game, and I wanted to still watch the Cowboys game, but the NFL Red Zone still was playing the other game because nobody so hypothetically wanted to watch the other game. So there's even times with all those apps and with the Sunday Ticket, you still can't watch all the games that you really want to watch.
The answer is the answer is get used to it. There's nothing. The answer is not. You got to get used to it. There's nothing we can do about it. It's not going backwards. I mean, it's.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's my gripe for the morning.
No, it's fair. I hear you.
It just gets kind of crazy where it just gets more and more and more expensive just to watch a sport that we love. And I guess it's supply and demand. I guess that's all it is, right?
And yet we're going to do it. No, Wayne, appreciate it. Good hearing you. Thanks. And yet we're going to continue to do it, right? I mean, he's not wrong, dude. I just told you I like watching. You know, one of my favorite features on television is the Last Channel feature, right? At one button I go back. But to his point, if I got to watch YouTube for one thing and flip over, then I got to hit the source button and pick up another remote, and it's not as easy anymore, unless I'm missing something completely.
Well, not on Sunday. You just watch one thing.
Yeah, you just put that on. But he was saying he can't get, for whatever reason, I don't know why he couldn't stream from his phone, stream it up to his TV, Red Zone. But John, you're on the Sports Animal. Hello, John.
Good. How are you guys doing?
What's happening?
I want to touch on this YouTube TV. If you guys give me a kind of figure out what's going on here. So I have DirecTV, so I no longer have Red Zone, and I no longer have the NFL Ticket, right?
That's correct. Yep. You don't have that access anymore.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. YouTube TV is a stream.
Correct.
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 Okay. If I have YouTube TV, then Red Zone's going to cost me $10.99 a month.
So that's what this story is telling me. If you do have YouTube TV, it's going to cost you $10.99 a month. Now, I don't see in this story where it says if you don't, what Red Zone's going to cost you. I see you can bundle it with. Now I see $4.89 per season. You're gonna have to. It sounds like you're gonna have to buy the whole thing. $3.89 if by June 6th. $4.89 after June 6th.
So, how much is YouTube TV?
That's $73 a month.
$73 a month.
So that's okay, but to get
yeah, dude. No, it's getting spendy.
NFL Channel and Sunday Ticket. I'm sorry, NFL Channel. I'm sorry, I keep getting confused.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about the same thing.
Yeah, if you
the Red Zone, it's still cheaper than DirecTV was.
Yeah, it would be cheaper if you switched over. That'd be like $90 a month is what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do this. Of course, it's only on a smart TV or your phone, right?
It's on a smart TV or your phone or your tablet or your computer. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Streaming.
Right. Because I got a couple of older TVs that aren't smart TVs.
Yep. Then you don't have that option there either. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they still work fine. It's just they're just not smart TVs.
Yeah. So you can't get.
But in the main room, there's a big old TV. That is a smart TV.
You're gonna have to upgrade, but that's how it is, John. Now, I appreciate you calling, man, and good luck with figuring it all out. But that's just the new world. And look, he's not the only one that's going to feel that way, right? He's just going, wait a minute, what? My world just turned over. I got this cable thing, and that's why I got DirecTV. And now, wait, what? He's not the only one, man.
Hopefully, you like a team in this market.
Grady just said Wayne's description of his multiple technical achievements to watch the NFL just made Sid's head explode. Yeah. I mean, that's a rod. Here's my question, Jefferson. I read stories on TV viewership hitting all-time lows on almost a weekly basis, it seems. With fewer and fewer people watching, how can the value of these TV contracts keep going up and up? Because people are going to buy it. I mean, it's viewership now includes streaming numbers. It's not just over the air ratings. It includes streaming numbers. And the bottom line is, I just read you numbers, right? Let me give you how many. Give me a really conservative number. How many people you think are going to buy the package?
A lot.
I don't know the average right now.
Give me a super 2 million. Is 2 million?
More.
All right, you want to go 5 million? 10 million. All right.
To watch the NFL?
That are going to buy this package. And I'll
not what that would be at home on a Sunday.
Well, then who are going to buy the package?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Purchasing this. What would that number?
I don't think 10 million's.
I mean, no, I'm doing 10.
All right, 10 million. Let's go with the lowest price. Okay, $349. Do you know how much money that is? It's $3.5 billion. That's why, Rod. That's why.
And the NFL's king.
$3.5 billion with a B dollars, and it's going to cost bars more. And I don't think 10 million people is a soft number. I think that's it. I mean, that's easily going to hit it because it's the National Football League. 505-246-0610. That just came out today. Those are the numbers. So what do you do? And we're going to have to literally, dude, we're going to have to give a tutorial. When we hit September, that week before the NFL, like literally the run on this is going to be stupid.
I have faith in people.
I don't. Why would you have faith in people?
I think just people want to complain about it. I think if you really want to watch something, you're gonna
Dude,
find
that
it
dude literally, and I have faith in him because he's thinking about it on April 11th. But he's literally thinking through, okay, I got those old TVs. They're not smart TVs. How
DirecTV
many?
hits you up. My dad's asking the same question.
They all hit you up, but if you can get it, people are willing to pay because they know how to do it, right? This is a whole new for people.
Yeah.
Like your dad. What will your dad do?
Well, he was asking me, he's like, what are you going to do next season? What are we going to do?
Right.
And because DirecTV just he's had NFL tickets since it started.
Yeah. That's why I'm on DirecTV.
Yeah. That's why he is too. So he can't decide.
Me too. Protect your TV. Protect your football. Protect your home. Call IPS. International Protective Service protects my home. They protect hundreds of homes and businesses all over the Burque. How do you get a hold of them? You call them at 505-897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com. So what is IPS? They are affordable private security. They come by and protect what you've worked so hard to build, your business, your family, your home. Don't let a bad guy go in and destroy what you worked so hard to build. If you travel, let them know you're out of town. They'll pick up the newspapers, the mail. If there is a package dropped off at your home, they'll give your home that lived-in look. If your alarm goes off, they respond within 5 to 7 minutes with armed, trained security officers. You realize that there is a shortage of police officers and law enforcement officers, and there's an uptick on property crime. That's why I call IPS. They protect my home. They give my family and my neighbors peace of mind. They can do the same thing for you. Committed to our city and your protection. Call IPS. 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
When DeMar Hamlin collapsed on the field during an
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine. Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes. Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, backed by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
ESPN, right? That's on my basic package.
Or bundle.
Or bundle. You don't like the word package? No, I'm just saying. Or bundle. Basic bundle.
No, but sometimes now there's bundles where you have multiple service and...
I know, dude. Look. It's getting harder and harder. More and more.
You thought the future is going to be fun.
First world problems we
Flying
all have.
cars,
First world
food
problems.
just appearing.
All right, I'll ask you guys.
And now you can't even figure out how to watch football.
Is this better? All the $30 here, $20 here, $10 here in different apps, and
You have to manage it, man.
So I understand. I'm not asking you if it's
better?
going back. Is it better now?
I will say yes, because I have always lived in a place where my teams are out of market.
Okay. So I want to take that aspect out of it because I think there's no doubt that Red Zone and Sunday Ticket
so
makes it better.
Not
So
even just my own personal fandom. I like to watch all sports, and so yes.
so overall TV viewing
I
is
like the
better.
options. Yep.
Okay. All right. Because I always thought like on DirecTV I got everything. Now I kind of don't. But I'm down. Ryan says National Football League and Redbird Capital Partners today announced the formation of EverPass Media, a new media platform, which will hold the exclusive rights to distribute NFL Sunday Ticket to bars, restaurants, hotels, and other commercial venues in the United States, starting with the 2023 season. So the answer for bars, hotels, etc. was they created a new company to figure that out to make way more money. See? Look, what I tell you, $3.5 billion plus what they're going to get commercially is going to be another $2 to $3 billion. So you figure YouTube will make $6 to $7 billion a year. They'll pay for this in 2 years. It's a 5-year deal. Rod, to your point on the value of these contracts, how they keep going up, there's the answer. Because I don't know what the number is, JJ, and we can sit here and gripe about it all we want on April 11th. $349, $489, whatever the damn number is. What's going to happen on that first Sunday in September? Or second Sunday in September, first Sunday of football? What are we going to do? What are we all going to freaking do? We're all getting it, aren't we? I mean, you are. I am. You know why? Because I could watch it on the plane. I could watch it at home. I could, if I have a tea time, I can put it in the damn golf cart and I could watch every freaking game. Right?
If you do travel, it's actually really nice.
No, I do, man. That's one of the reasons I was loath to get it a few times before it all went on my phone. Remember when the Manny's came out and they did the football on your phone dance? Football on your phone and football in your pants. Remember? It's a big deal, right?
I have actually enjoyed that aspect of YouTube TV traveling, because watch whatever you want on your phone, get to a hotel room if they might not have a certain channel, pull up your YouTube TV.
That
and
happens
they're like,
a lot in
are you
hotels.
traveling? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, okay. Well, then they just add the local channels in for you automatically.
Oh, do they? That's
And you
kind of
get
cool.
whatever you want.
Yeah, dude, when you travel, very few, and especially Mountain West Conference games, very few hotel packages have CBS Sports Net. And almost as few have FS1, right? And so
I watched a lot of Mountain West basketball this year on the road.
100%. 100%. All right, 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. Well, look, we'll walk you through it. Can we make this promise to our listeners? So sometime in late August, we'll give you kind of a tutorial on how to get this done, because that's when you're going to be thinking about it. None of you are getting in. Well, a few of you are going to get in on the minus June 6th thing, right? But as we get closer, remember when the first Thursday night Amazon game happened? This is kind of similar to that, is it not? Kind of the same concept.
Yeah.
So we'll walk you through it. Might not be me. We'll walk you through it, and we will get you there. By the way, hey, Marie, another reason I've got to have some cash in my pocket. I was just reminded I got an 8:21 tea time on Sunday morning. I've got to have cash to pay off my golf debts. No, honestly, I get off the golf course. Now, we do have one buddy who's Venmoing. Here, what's your Venmo? And he's sending you,
so
I owe you $7, and here's Venmo. I owe you $32. Here's, right? There's one dude who's doing that. But I kind of feel better clearing my debt, throwing a couple bucks in the middle, having a beer after playing golf. I mean, that seems like the gentleman's way to do it, doesn't it?
It does.
All right. So we talked to you yesterday about Odell Beckham and how he's going to be a Raven, right? There's a story out this morning by Jordan Dejani on CBS that said with that 15 years, worth up to 18 years? 13.835 signing bonus. That's how they get away with it. $1.165 million base salary and $3 million in incentives. Evidently, Odell went to the Jets and offered them to match it because the Jets were the favorite. We all thought because Aaron Rodgers was on his way and he wants him, and the Jets declined to match the offer. And I think Odell thought they were going to. Evidently, he reached out to the Jets on Saturday night to give them a chance to match this offer. And because the Jets already have been busy in free agency, they've got Alan Lazard on a 4-year deal. They signed Mecole Hardman from the Chiefs to a 1-year deal. They got rid of Elijah Moore. They already have Garrett Wilson and Corey Davis and Denzel Mims. So SNY, Sports New York, reports that the Giants were legitimately interested in bringing Beckham back, but his price was too high. Kind of makes you feel the Ravens really overpaid, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's, to me, it wasn't just, oh, this means Lamar Jackson's coming back. It was a straight money move. People were trying to say, no, it's not about the money. No, this was the most money he was going to get. And OBJ took that offer with the realization that most likely that it will be Lamar Jackson throwing the football.
Okay.
But, yeah, this is what it was. Team that threw the most money at him. He's like, thank you. Yes, coming off an ACL injury. Good move for OBJ.
Let's be really clear, too. As much as he outwardly believes in himself, there has got to be a slight doubt or at least a slight question in his mind. How long can I do this? I'm 30. I'm a receiver. I'm coming off major knee surgery. I don't blame him for going to get everything he can. I don't blame him for getting
Oh.
$15 million in guarantees.
Yes.
Because there may not be another one. Right? If he doesn't play well this year, if he gets injured again, there isn't another big contract for him, right?
Nope.
And so at 30 years old, man, go get the biggest bag you can get because there is no certainty. Now, you can tell me, Jeff, there's no certainty on any of these guys, and you're right. But if he wasn't as uncertain, he would have got a multi-year deal, correct?
Yeah.
And you have no idea. You have no idea. So I have no qualms with him going and getting the biggest bag he can get. And by the way, everybody said, well, he could have won a Super Bowl with the Jets. I will bet right now the Jets are not winning the Super Bowl.
Oh, my God. Aaron Rodgers, Odell Beckham, I don't care who goes to the Jets. They're not winning the Super Bowl.
They're not winning, right? First of all, Aaron Rodgers.
I will put all the quarters in your pocket.
I'll double it.
Same.
I'll bet about a
Just
whole dollar.
everyone stop.
I'll put all the money in my
they're
pocket.
worse than a Cowboy fan right now.
I'll put all the money in my pocket.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
And
going to be
double it.
Cowboys Jets next year. That's what the probably.
Who has a better chance to represent the AFC? Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, or Lamar Jackson and the Ravens?
Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, because I think they've got a better defense, although not by much.
Baltimore,
And I
that's
think
what they're
they've got
known for.
Better, yeah. Well, they have been in the past, but look at them now. Like, do you think they're that good right now?
Their defense?
Yeah, they're
I think that's
fine.
what's kept them together.
They're fine. I don't think they're that good, and I think the Jets have built a defense and have way more weapons offensively. Way more
Their
weapons.
defense
offensively.
got them pretty far in the playoffs.
They got them into the playoffs, right?
They almost beat the Cincinnati Bengals.
But they didn't. I mean, they
because of their offense.
right.
Almost. Playing
Almost.
horseshoes.
All right.
A yard.
So would you say the Jets? Or who are you saying? The Ravens?
That's a tough call.
I'd go Jets. They have way more weapons offensively. Way more. Who do you like?
I think the Ravens.
Okay. All right. I'll disagree with
Those
both of you
two.
on that one. But I don't think either one of them will win the damn Super Bowl.
No. But that's a good question.
I mean, if you said right now, you look at the AFC, and you're I mean, obviously the Chiefs are your favorite. It's Chiefs and Bengals, and then let's see what happens through the draft. But then what? Everybody's going to tell me the Chargers. Everybody's going to tell me the Bills. So we believe all four of those teams right away are better than those three, right?
No.
You don't?
Not the Chargers.
Okay. You don't think the Chargers are better?
No.
All right. I think they're better. I just don't think they'll win more. You know how I feel about the Chargers. The Chargers are pretty good. I think Miami's nice.
Jaguars?
I think the Jaguars are nice. Yeah. I think the Raiders are going to be sneaky. 505-246-0610. Wrap it up. Get you anything breaking as we've been on the air and everything you need to know as you go throughout your day next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine. Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes. Wait, what? Seth?
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from U.S. Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there.
Hey, as you go on through your beautiful Tuesday here in the Boracay, first of all, you need to know Laguna Burger won our Boracay bracket. I guess it wasn't that close with them and Duran's, huh? I was told it was a blowout just like the real March Madness. I don't even know what that means.
Oh, my God.
It was, I mean, what was like all of March Madness a blowout? Or was that the final was a blowout? I guess they got beat by 17. It was a 5-point game with 5 minutes to go. This one evidently was not that close with 5 minutes to go. So you need to know that. You need to know YouTube TV has set their pricing for your Sunday ticket. And you're going to pay anywhere between $249 and $489, depending on if you're a subscriber and when you purchase Sunday ticket. Okay? But you got to somehow download YouTube TV's app and subscribe, or don't, but that's what it's going to cost you. Although I do see this, and this is the savior, Red Zone channel, $10.99 a month during the season if you are a YouTube subscriber, which is, to me, the answer, right?
Yes.
All right. So you need to know that. You need to know that the play-in tournament starts today. Hawks and Heat, first game. Lakers hosting Minnesota, second game, 8 o'clock over on TNT. You need to know that Rudy Gobert will not be playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves at Crypto.com Arena. Why would I know the name of that? He's been suspended 1 game for throwing a punch that didn't really land. And we all feel differently about this. I felt that the Timberwolves they had no choice. They had to suspend Rudy Gobert. How do you let a guy who takes a swipe at a dude in your huddle just go on punch? They had to. I thought they had no choice. Anything else you need to know as your day goes on today?
No.
All right.
You're done. Day's over.
Day is, well, I mean,
Nothing
you're gonna have
else
a
left.
day. Yeah, you're gonna have a big day. I had a little splash of the transfer portal today, and I've been hearing a lot of whispers the Lobos may get some good news out of the transfer portal today. We'll be watching for that. But Indiana got a big player, a 7-footer, Kalel Ware, who played his freshman season at Oregon. He was a 5-star. Number 3 transfer in the offseason, according to CBS Sports. He's going to Indiana. So Indiana just landed a nice, big 5-star transfer in the portal. Are you hearing a lot of whispers that something's going to happen today? And I don't want to anticipate. I think I have an idea, but I've watched a lot of stuff go through my social media feeds that have not been accurate. But are you hearing that on your feeds too?
You asked the question a couple days ago. Are people feeling antsy? They're always going to feel antsy when they see players coming off the board, but there's still over 1,000 players in the transfer portal.
Some of them are really good, by the way.
That are good. The biggest one was Walter Clayton, actually. Walter Clayton Jr. from Iona committing to Florida. That's a huge one this morning.
I
Who's
missed
the
that
all-conference guard.
From where?
Iona.
Okay. All right. She's going to Florida. It's a big get for them. All right, Lobo Hobo sent me an email. He said, here's the problem, Jeffy. If you want to watch Lobo football, you got to have a package for CBS Sports. Then you need a package with FS1. Then for the Texas A&M game, you need to get the SEC network. There will likely be a game or two you need ESPN+. Is it any wonder some people are just done? Especially those that got spoiled tuning in KGGM and seeing most of the games for free. Lobo Hobo. When you were watching KGGM and seeing them for free, you're watching Lobo games on tape delay. And I don't believe you're getting the Texas A&M games, all of them there. So what you just described is really simple. Because if you want CBS Sports FS1 SEC network, you could probably go to your basic cable provider and get the sports package, and you get them all right there. Like, that would be easy, right? What he described is it. Give me the sports package on Xfinity or Dish or Direct. That's easy, Lobo Hobo. What you're talking about now, and there's some ESPN Plus in there. No, what you're talking about now, you're right. It's different. I don't know if it's better. There's more accessibility. It's a la carte. You're writing, you're not writing any checks. You're paying a lot of more different people. Might be harder to keep track of, but it's just the way it is, man. I look, when you had black and white TV and you had to use your kid as the remote control, right? And you had 6 channels. Then you got cable TV. Oh my goodness, you got a real remote. It was different, right? You evolved. It's just the way it is, man. It's how the kids are doing it these days, right, Amory?
Yep.
The kids younger than you got to figure it out.
Yep.
Damn kids today. Somebody once told me the problem with them is they're too young. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if it is. All the money in your pocket, though. All right, Lakers or Wolves tonight? Who you like? Everybody on the Lakers? I mean, I don't see a way, right?
Lakers.
I think there's always a way, but Lakers are just having really good timing right now. Really good right now.
8 too many?
Big.
I got Lakers and Heat victorious tonight.
So you got the 2 home teams winning.
Yeah, I do.
Heat by
To lay
5.
the points?
Heat are 5-point favorites. Lakers are 8.
Lakers money line. Heat. I'll let them lay the -5.
So I was thinking the other way. No. That's.
Sorry.
I think the Heat. I'd like to lay the 5 on the Heat. I think the Heat will win relatively comfortably.
You think the Lakers are going to win comfortably?
Kind of like I don't think either game's gonna be all that close. Do you?
And the problem for Minnesota is you get to the second half and
what are they gonna do?
I like all the drama.
Rudy Gobert and Jaden McDaniels are actually their best defenders this season, and they're not playing.
Yeah, and they're playing
That'd be
LeBron
very
James and
interesting.
Anthony Davis.
Healthy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen this before.
And they're
I
motivated.
don't think I've seen Anthony Davis play so much in my life.
Well, and they're motivated to play well tonight, so they don't have to play another game. They get themselves about 4 days
All right.
rest, right?
With Minnesota's best defenders out.
Yeah, I see a motivated Laker team playing well with LeBron James leading them, and I don't care what you think of LeBron James. This is kind of his time of year. I mean, he just let you know how good he was when he put the crown on his head the other day. What? Didn't Michael do that all the time? Michael
Crown
would
him.
put the crown on his head? That's new music. Kind of digging it. All right, good stuff today. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Coward follows that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4 o'clock. Then you get the Isotopes at El Paso tonight. Josh Sushan will crack the mic from West Texas. Adrian, looks good on the TV side. Appreciate your efforts on the visual medium. Hey, Marie, always great work over here. Your day's just getting started now, isn't it?
Yes, sure is.
All right, she'll be over Part-Time Bro with Part-Time BV.
At 1.
She's over on News Radio. Big day for you.
Huge day.
All right, enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. See you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. Have a great day.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Everguard Roofing and Solar. For nearly 20 years, Everguard Roofing and Solar has been working with New Mexicans to enhance their homes and businesses. For all your roofing and solar needs in New Mexico, call 505-821-9543.